Hi guys, it's KJ and I'm super duper excited today. First of all, it's Autism Awareness Month, and I have an opportunity to interview Ben Cochran, attorney Ben Cochran, who has done a lot in the autism community. He's been actually working actively with them since 2014. But let me tell you a little bit about who Ben is, because it's amazing, once again, his contribution as well as his professional title. So Ben, I Googled you, and I apologize because I'm gonna have to read this. So Hardison Cochran Attorneys at Law is a highly respected North Carolina law firm with offices in, they have multiple offices.
You have a new message.
In Raleigh, Durham, Raleigh, Durham, Fayetteville, Dunn, Greensboro, Southern Pines, and Wilmington. The firm's practice, it will include workplace accidents, car accidents, truck accidents, motorcycle accidents, boating accidents, dog bites, dangerous drugs, defective medical devices, and nursing home abuse and negligence. So that's basically what his law firm does. But outside of all that, which you know can be a lot in dealing with these situations, he volunteers. He's a community servant. He's actually one of 3 parts of TEAM Autism. TEAM Autism is the North Carolina Autism Society, the UNC Chapel Hill Athletic Department, go Tar Heels, and the Hardison Cochran Law Firm. And basically what they do is once a year, they have this football game where they promote autism awareness and now autism acceptance. They started this in 2014. In 2018, I read an article where they actually had over 1,000 members after the game, after the UNC football game. These are sold out games. And let me tell you, the prices on the prices for the tickets on these games are extremely, extremely low. $20, $25, they're a very low fee. Whereas the average cost for a football tickets at a UNC football game are between $140 and $260. So that just gives you an example of the contribution that they're doing and their commitment to the autism community. And if I could just brag on you one more time, what they also do is they allow the Autism Society to use their advertisement time during the game. So Ben, I just want to thank you so much once again for your commitment to the autism community and just commitment to making a difference.
Well, thank you, Kelly, and thank you for having me and inviting me to come and share my experience with TEAM Autism North Carolina. It's something that, as you said, we started back in 2014. It was a collaboration together. We had actually been contacted by Tar Heel Sports Management, which handles a lot of the marketing aspect for the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And it was just through that relationship and that communication that they introduced us to the folks over at the Autism Society of North Carolina. And we just discussed the goal of the Autism Society of North Carolina. And it's really been working with those folks that we've really just enjoyed this collaboration. We really hope that we are bringing awareness. That was the number one aspect of the overall unified commitment that we made to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, was really getting out there the options and availability for resources that most folks that deal with autism aren't even aware that are out there. You have a lot of the governmental through Social Security Administration and other different state funds that people are aware of, and they outreach, and they may not qualify for that. But then there are other programs that are facilitated by other different types of grants or different other types of available funds that people just weren't aware about. And it was through this communication back and forth with the Autism Society of North Carolina, we learned that, their focus is to make sure that people are aware of all the programs out there. They do a great job of doing that, helping with, each individual community through the North Carolina. They don't just focus on one particular area of North Carolina. They outreach to everyone. And it's been they've been growing throughout this whole process. And our focus is to really get that awareness out there, get them as strong as we can, because we just know the great work that they're doing.
Yes. And you know what, Ben, one thing as a mother of 2 sons with autism, I can tell you this, that when your son is diagnosed, first of all, is your child is diagnosed, first of all, it's an overwhelming experience because you have to start to shift some of those, some of the pathways that you had thought of for them to have success. But guess what? There are a lot of people out there that don't have children with autism that love you dearly. And they're saying, try this method, try this method, try this method, and try this method. So you're getting all these different things out there. And they may have worked for some people, but once you meet one child with autism, you meet one child with autism. And so you have all these different things and not a true filter. Do you know what I mean? So when you have people who are parents of children with autism, you have people who understand the community, understand the needs, it makes a complete difference in filtering and finding what's best for you. Because there's so many different kids, there's so many different needs, there's, you know, so many different households, until once again, it's not a one size fits all, or as I always say, it's not the Kool-Aid, add water and stir. So Ben, what was one of the first signs to you that let you know that you're probably having an impact, or you're making a difference, or how difference can make? What was one of the things that made you go from 2014 to 2015 in commitment?
Well, for us at Hardison and Cochran, it's been small in terms of communication to us that really let us know that we are making an impact. And when I say small, I mean personal to us. We have had folks that have contacted us directly and asked us, you know, what available benefits are that we can facilitate and what we can help. And then other instances is, you know, just in passing throughout the community, when people recognize, you know, my name or our presentation of our name somewhere else, like, oh yeah, I was at that game, I saw that game. And so when our focus, you know, is supporting, you know, TEAM Autism NC in terms of awareness, it's those little tidbits that lets you know that this is working. Because when you statistically think about it, okay, I've just run into an individual and they've mentioned that they at least recognized you know, what we were trying to bring to the community, then we know that it's affected that one individual. And when you think about it, if it's affected this one individual that I had just randomly run into, then you know that other folks they're getting the result that we are attempting to do, which is really just, you know, here are these folks and here's what's available, and here's how to get in touch, you know, with these folks. So that's really what really just lets me know that, you know, people do pay attention, as long as you get a good message and you try and, you know, do what you can to pass that word on.
So, well, let me give you a personal thank you from me. First of all, you know, autism is very, very expensive. So having various social options, like, you know, a lot of other people in the community, it's difficult, you know, and if you have 2 children with autism, that's double the cost. And, you know, and then if you have a child who's neurotypical, that's 3 times the cost. And so there's a lot of cost. So when you provide a game or a source of affordable entertainment, it's huge. It's huge. Who doesn't want to exhale and who doesn't want to take advantage of that type of opportunity? But then number 2 is the very first game, UNC game that I went to with my daughter, was a game that you sponsored. It was when North Carolina A&T played UNC Chapel Hill. And my daughter was a student at North Carolina A&T. And so she brought, you know, one of her classmates up. And of course, you know, I went to UNC Chapel Hill, but it was an amazing time, an amazing, affordable time for all of us. So I personally want to say thank you. I know you probably don't get a lot of thank you cards and stuff like that, but this is my personal thank you to you for what you've done to the community. And so if I wanted to say thank you back to you, what can I do, or what can others do to help you with this effort? I mean, do you need volunteers the day of the game? Do you need assistance any other kind of way? How can we help you in moving forward with your goal and reaching your goal, your mission? And once again, the transition is from autism awareness to autism acceptance in a lot of arenas. So if you want to talk about either one of those or anything, thank you again.
Yeah, and you know, going back to that game, Kelly, that was the best halftime show that I have
Oh,
ever seen in my entire life. Those two bands were phenomenal and worked in coordination that was amazing. And from what I understand, they actually never rehearsed that together and had reenacted it based upon each individual's football fields, and then came together that day. That was absolutely great.
I'm getting
But
chills just thinking about. I was there that night. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like I actually, I'm sorry, I don't want to cry now, but I actually started crying because people didn't realize how momentous that was to have the two universities there together in harmony on the field. You know, my daughter and I, and of course I heard from forever about how great how great North Carolina A&T's band was. And I told her how great UNC's band was because we were able to get together. But it was so huge to see something like that together on the field. You know, you see one and the other, but together, like I said, I'm getting chills right now thinking about that event. I hope UNC does it again. Hint, hint. But, yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, that's
wonderful
good.
night.
Well, and I think that, you know, part of what we're doing right now, I mean, really, it's really spreading the word. I think that's the number one goal that Hardison and Cochran had with this affiliation with these partners is to take something and just give it a platform, give it an audience that it otherwise did not have. And, you know, when you're talking about a full stadium, which is correct, you know, you're looking at, you know, about 55,000 people, you know, depending on how the seating is arranged. And then you've got those folks, you know, taking away what they get and spreading it to as many folks as they can, to let, you know, folks that are dealing with autism in their lives or know someone who is dealing with autism in their lives, that there are resources, and here's where you approach those resources. And that those folks are professionals. They help to filter out, you know, all the different bombardment of conceptions, misconceptions, appropriate literature, you know, whether it be societal views or medical views, and really just, okay, well, here is the information. And, you know, obviously folks do with it what they want to do with it, but you got to make it available so that people can actually digest the information and then decide what they want to do with it.
Right. And just a few stats about autism, just FYI, approximately 1 in 44 children are diagnosed with autism today. Boys are 4 times more likely than girls to be diagnosed with autism. When you look at the numbers, approximately 69% of persons with autism have an IQ higher than 70, which means, or 71, I'm sorry, 71, which is basically, that is 70 is like the ticker for, you know, maybe persons who have special needs versus don't. So you have, please forgive me, 69% that have an average IQ or greater. When you look at the neurotypical society or the society as a whole, when you put everybody together, 70% of people have an IQ average or higher than average. So if both communities are the same, right? Autism, 69% or greater, have 69% have an IQ of average or greater. The world as a whole has an IQ of 70% or greater. Then why is, please forgive me, I'm so sorry. Then why is the autistic population, why do they have an unemployment rate of 90%? I don't know. You know, maybe access to more resources and tools will help them to move further along. Ben, I just once again want to say thank you so much for your time, for your consideration, for all that you're doing for the autism community. And if there's any way that we can move forward in helping you, do you have contact information, you or the Autism Society?
Yeah, I mean, our website is www.lawyernc.com. And then depending on where you are regionally, you can contact our office. You know, we offer available services for many folks in terms of dealing with potential for, you know, Social Security benefits, depending on different levels that are available out there for folks that may qualify for benefits, which may also help you qualify for medical assistance as well. And so, you know, depending on whether you are, and we locally, you can do we have several different offices, as you listed, throughout the entire state of North Carolina. I try to make it easy as I can for folks to remember our telephone number with whatever zip code that you're in.
Oh my God, I love your phone number. Tell me your phone number.
So if you're in the 919 area codes, it's 919 all fours. If you're in 336 area code, it's 336 all sevens. If you're in 910, it's 910 all threes. If you're in 252, it's 252 all threes as well. If you're in 828, it's 828 all sixes. If you're in 980, it's 980 all twos.
Yes. So go Team Autism. And go Hardison and Cochran. Once again, thank you so much for everything. You are a phenomenal support, strength for the autism community and for autism awareness, as well as autism acceptance. And what I always say is, you know, for this month, I was really highlighting autism awareness, shifting over to autism acceptance, but I believe that awareness makes room for acceptance, sustainable acceptance, you know? Not acceptance for the day, but long-term acceptance. And I think we get so many different things with regards to awareness, as you said, some true, some untrue, but let's get the true awareness out there so that we can create sustainable inclusion, acceptance, opportunity to move forward. Thank you once again for everything, Ben.
Thank you, Kelly.
You take care. Bye-bye.
You too.